Hi, this is Rob at the Newport Boat Show. We're doing our Friends of Boatal series where we do our highlights and spotlights of the friends that we've met along the way at the boat show this weekend. We're here at the Newport Boat Show with another friend of Boatal. Today we're spotlighting Ken Andrade, who is a yacht broker with Staten Island Yachts. How's it going today, Ken? Good morning.
Going great. You know, it was a beautiful show so far, so we have another beautiful day. Looking forward to it.
What's some of your favorite things that you've seen at the boat show today, or throughout the show this weekend?
You know, it's fun to see the new models for sure, and the new features on the models. Sometimes them features are good, and sometimes they prove to be not so good. But you know, time will tell on a lot of that. But it is exciting to see new ideas and new stuff come out.
What would be some of your, we'll say, your favorite boat model? You know, other than of course Absolute.
Well, I am favored for Absolute. You know, I went to the factory and watched them build the boats, and I love their fit and quality. My family used to build boats, and my father built boats and design and stuff like that. So I really get into, you know, how it's designed and how well it's built. So that's important to me. Sure. And it's really important for the long term and resale value, obviously.
All right. What would be some of your, you know, just going back into stories and things like that, what would be some of your favorite stories about boating?
Just personally?
Yeah.
Personally? I've been boating my whole life. My parents had a boat. I was at Martha's Vineyard when Jaws was being filmed. So that was pretty exciting. I just did the 50th anniversary event that they had, which was pretty cool. And then you realize at my age, you start to realize that it's a great family venue. Boating is. It's a way of life, and it's stuff that your kids never forget. That, you know, we're all busy at work and business, like I was at the time. And but boating became a time when my kids had all my attention, and we spent time together. So it is a lifestyle that is really good for the family, and it has really exploded with COVID, with a lot of people coming into it, and we all thought, maybe they first get their first winter bill, they may cut out of it, but then they realize it's a lifestyle they want to stick with, and that's why it's as busy as it is right now.
Good. For those first-time boat buyers, you know, these days, what would you say would be your number one tip or thing to look for?
Again, quality is really important. It's nothing worse than getting a new boat and then it's constantly in the shop, even if it's under warranty, but in the shop getting fixed, or maybe a used boat that needs a little bit more work than you think. So it's important to have somebody that you trust, a broker or whatever, so you can trust and make sure when you're buying something, it's not just a sale, but it's something that the broker's going to be proud that you have, and something you're going to be proud that you have and not have a problem.
Absolutely. And what would you say within that process, you know, what would you say would be one thing that you, that most people may not know about buying a boat or selling a boat again?
Some of the older boats are becoming more and more of a problem, both to finance and to insure, and that's a little bit of a shame, because between the 2008 and 2012 time periods, a lot of boat companies went out of business. So that means you're looking older than 08 or newer than 2012, and there's that void in between. And then when you start getting older, it's a real demand for a good used boat, and if it's too old, the insurance companies may not want to insure it. Right. So it gets really to be a challenge at that point. For sure. What would you say would be one of your biggest success stories with helping out a client with getting their, either selling their boat, buying their boat, whatever it may be? Well, I've done a lot to be a different than any other broker. I got a captain's license, so I can help them move it, deliver it, and show the boat. I wanted to be able to operate every boat I sell, so I'm not, you know, just saying, oh, it rides great and all that. I wanted to be in command of every boat. Recently, I'm getting my pilot's license, and I bought a plane, so I'm able to go all over. Good. So that gives me ability. I've done deals from Maryland to the islands, and I can get there quick, and it's a better service for the customers, because the driving is brutal to get to all these places. And so this makes it much more efficient. And I'm also a licensed surveyor, which I can't survey anything I sell, but when I look at a boat for a customer, I got a pretty good idea if it's going to pass survey or not by going through it quickly.
Absolutely.
So,
and it seems like, you've been around, you've been in the boating world for a long time, you've been, a local to Rhode Island for a very long time. What would you say is some of your favorite areas to boat around here?
well, certainly where we're at, Newport. I mean, I've grown up over here my whole life. My parents boat. New England is precious with all the ports and bays and marinas and stuff like that. So from Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket, Block Island, and Newport, they're all my favorites. But there's beautiful places in Connecticut and New York for sure.
All right. Well, I do appreciate it. That's today's spotlight with from the Newport Boat Show. Huge thanks out to Ken Andrade, of course.
Thank you
for sharing your insight and your time with us. We'll definitely have more of these series coming soon. Thank you again.
Great, thanks.